Welcome back from the break, Rams, and to this week's edition of Primetime Sports. I'm Erica Johnson.
And I'm Brendon Fairbairn.
A lot of great things happened over this weekend. CSU men's basketball won the border war against Wyoming, and tennis won their first matchup this season.
Which made it hard for us to recognize who was doing the most for CSU. This week, Erica, want to start us off on who you believe did the most this week?
This week, I want to highlight the women's tennis team. Priscilla Perlamo and Alyssa Grlava won their doubles matchup this weekend. 6-4, Emily Luschwager and Stella Cliff won their doubles matchup 7-5. The Rams clinched the doubles points and had 2 wins in singles. Emma Corwin and the other from Grlava, which both lost their first sets but won the last 2. The Rams beat GCU 4-3. Head coach Jared Camerado was pleased with the outcome of this weekend's matchup. This was a great team win. We showed a lot of resilience. Credit to GCU. They fought hard and made us earn it. We have to keep believing and playing with energy, and our results will continue to improve. Now, we just need to recover and get ready for Nebraska. I'm excited to see what they do in Nebraska, but how about that men's basketball?
Yeah, this week, CSU men's basketball, senior guard Chris Martin is doing the most. Martin had 13 points and 5 rebounds against Wyoming last Saturday, all coming in the second half, and most of them in the final minutes, obviously when it matters the most. But what I love the most about Martin was his confidence. Every shot he took was behind the arc. He ended up going 3 for 7, but baking it in when it matters the most. As you can see here, Martin hits this clutch 3 on the outside with 39 seconds remaining to give CSU their first lead of the second half. And Wyoming ends up fouling Martin twice in the final 20 seconds, sending him to the line 4 times. He nails all 4, solidifying the 19-point comeback for the CSU Rams. This is CSU's first sweep of Wyoming since 2017. That is why Chris Martin is getting my Doing the Most award.
Yeah, it was an insane game. We were at that game, and it was just crazy to see how they really stepped it up after the half. Yeah. They really just brought it. And I think it's because of that Mountain West Championship. They really want that spot and to continue on with that. But isn't there one more person that's doing the most?
Yeah, there is. Another person who's doing the most is the CSU rock climbing team's co-captain Anna Kelly, who just got back from her national competition.
It's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a sport only for the most mentally and physically tough. And these athletes met in Redmond, Oregon to test their skills at a national level. One of these tough competitors is Anna Kelly, the co-captain of the CSU climbing team.
A few of the guys didn't qualify first round, so they didn't want to come. They were more focused on climbing outside, and then it was just kind of expensive.
While Anna makes this look easy, one physical or mental slip-up could determine whether you move on or go home.
But it's really important to kind of keep yourself psyched and be psyched on your own style, your own strengths, and your own just like successes and failures, and just kind of like ride your own rhythm and just generate off of that and feed off of that.
Growing up, seeing another female athlete in a very male-dominated industry, it was really cool for me to see that that's not only possible to do, but also succeed in. And I think seeing somebody wholeheartedly pursue what they want to do, regardless of their circumstances or encouragement around them, I think is really awe-inspiring.
Anna made top 20 at nationals, qualifying her for the next round. Some were not so fortunate, eliminated by fractions of points. Points are determined by 2 factors: how many attempts it takes to climb and which zone you get to. Each zone has a number of points associated with it. The higher up the rock the zone, the more points you get. The most being 25 at the top. Each and every time you try to climb the rock and fail, you lose 1/10 of a point. Nationals are over, and Anna has one thing on her mind: training for the next round.
Turning on the intensity, being able to like be in your own energy when you have a lot of extra input from the crowd and from the cameras, and judges and all that stuff.
Anna and the team will be competing in the Collegiate National Circuit later this year in April.
Yeah, speaking about championships, our first question for RamBuzz, we asked Ram fans if they thought it was fact or fiction that the Rams women's swim and dive team will win their first Mountain West title this weekend. I'm going to have to go fiction on this one, Erica, because San Diego State has so many returning players, and they won it last year. And the biggest thing is San Diego State has a top 3 player in 16 out of the 21 events. And CSU only has a top 3 player in 2 events. So it's going to be an uphill battle for CSU to win their first title.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do with this team, with UNLV, just because it's just going to be a hard team for them to beat, just because they were national champs last year.
Yeah, Erica, I cannot believe this. Are you finally agreeing with me? I'm in shock right now.
Well, you know, don't get used to it too soon, because we still have one more RamBuzz question. For question number 2, we asked Rams, are you satisfied with the hire of Coach Adazio, or do you think CSU should have hired someone else? Brendan, what do you think?
Erica, I'm going to have to stick with Coach Adazio because he has the experience. He coached at Florida State, Indiana, and Notre Dame. And the biggest thing is he coached in a way harder conference. He coached in the AAC where you have Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina State, and I think that's just going to transfer really well into the Mountain West Conference. And despite his 500 record at Boston College, he was a great recruiter. He was the #1 recruiter back in 2010, and I think I'm actually really excited to see what he does with this program moving forward. Not only this year, but more years to come.
Yeah, see, I have to go with Ed McCaffrey. I really wanted Ed McCaffrey just because of his ties to Colorado, his family connections. He has Dylan at Michigan and Christian McCaffrey, one of the best running backs. And he grew up watching his dad, and he has that NFL experience, and so does his son. So, I don't know. I don't see how I can say that as you're a Bronco fan.
Okay, yeah, you got me there. I am a big Bronco fan. I love Ed McCaffrey, but come on. He was a high school coach. He coached for Valor. He had success. He won 10-2. Yeah.
Well, and they're also one of the top recruiting high schools in Colorado.
Yeah, but going from high school to a D1 school is a bit of a leap, Erica. Like, it's a way big of a leap, and I just think with his new head coaching stint with UNC Bears, I think that will help further his resume for coaching. And who knows? You might be right in a few years. He might be the head coach for CSU if Adazio don't work out, but I don't see that happening.
Well, Brendan, you can believe what you want. Because I believe that our next clips for Can You Do That this week are some of the best we have ever had.
You're right there, Erica. Our first video, we go to Harlan Day High School in Texas where senior Nate Espinoza does his own version of a layup. Can't miss this here. Nate Espinoza gets the ball, passes it to him, and you think he's just going to go for a regular layup. He just throws it up as high as he can and just sinks it in. And he gets a lot of fashion points for me on that one.
Well, is it about the shoes, though? Let's see. This next Can You Do That, we go to the gym with YouTube star Tristan Jass. As you see right here, he walks in, fancy feet. Look at that, off the wall, spin. Oh, right in the net. Said it's got to be the shoes.
Yeah, Erica, whatever shoes he has, I need to buy me a pair right away. And for our final Can You Do That play, we have Harlem Globetrotter Maxwell Pierce and YouTube Rob Vacco showing their chemistry on the court. Here we have Rob doing some crazy dribbles, and this is the best part. Doesn't even look back at the ball, just a leap of faith, and just lands perfectly in his hands and just slams it down. One of the most impressive dunks I've seen in a long time.
Well, I'm too short to try that dunk, but maybe I could try one of those layups.
Well, Erica, like Tristan just said, it's all in the shoes, so just buy you a pair and you'll be fine. But if you remember, if you're able to do any of these, make sure to show us on Twitter, and we'll include you on next week's show. I know Erica and I would love to see if any of you can do what we saw today.
Well, Rams, that's all we have for you tonight. But make sure to tune in tomorrow for the first Ram Life show of the year with hosts Emily Piskew and Angel Cooper. Have a great night, Rams.